It doesn't matter if it's body, business, lifestyle, relationships. What everyone always gets wrong is what they think they need to do versus what they actually need to do to achieve the results or desired outcome that they want are usually two totally different things. When it comes to having more energy, being more productive, getting more out of yourself, getting more out of your results, it all starts with mindset. It all starts with how you see yourself. And ultimately, what you're going through when you go through a change is what's known as a shift in identity. Identity is influenced by three things: your actions, how you speak to yourself, and how other people see you is the third one. The third one is influenced by the first two. So if you behave in a certain way, speak in a certain way, and conduct yourself in a certain way, you get the results of that person. And I heard this amazing quote recently from Tony Robbins, and it's, we do not experience life, we experience the life that we focus on. So if you're always focusing on this low performing past version of yourself that you don't like being, and you're not trying to look forward, think about the future, step up, demand more of yourself, you're never going to change. You're going to be stuck in that cycle of being that person. And then that third one of the identity, people are going to just know you as that person. Like, think about it. Think about the person that has been brought up from an obese family with a poor relationship with food. They've been encouraged to basically embody a lot of greed and gluttony. Essentially, it's going to be hard for that person to change because, number one, they've got a lot of behaviours and habits and beliefs that are drilled into them. But number two, this is the hardest part, that's who everyone knows them as. Everyone knows them as the fat friend, the person that's always joking about themselves. And essentially, the fastest way to get out of being that person is, of course, having a strategy, the plan that we support people with when we take anyone through RFA, but it's how you see yourself and what you accept and what you tolerate as an individual. So if you want to start being someone that gets better results in life, before I even go down the rabbit hole of what you need to be doing, rituals and routines, morning routines, you need to start taking yourself more seriously, because serious inputs get serious results. And if you're behaving like someone and conducting yourself in a way that is misaligned from the type of results you want, you're never, ever going to achieve them. Ritual is the backbone of everything I do in my life, when it comes to work, when it comes to my training, when it comes to warming up, when it comes to stretching, when it comes to what I do in the morning. But more specifically, you need to be setting the standard from the get-go. And I've mentioned this before, that makes it so hard to lose because you're winning so much from the get-go. And that's why ritual is so important. But we need to have a bare minimal threshold when it comes to ritual. So this is what I call the core four. These are like 4 things that you do. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas Day or your granny passed away, you do these things every single day. And my core 4, and I'm going to explain them a little bit more, essentially 4 things that I'll do. So obviously, first thing when I get up, I'll make the bed, I'll have a glass of water, I will do something hard, either press-ups or burpees, depending on if I'm nursing an injury or a niggle. Right now I've got a bit of a niggle in my ankle, so I've been doing push-ups. And then basically I don't go on my phone because that's something that's protective. So you want to do something that's productive, you want to do something that's disciplined, you want to do something that's nourishing, and you want to do something that's protecting you, so it's like a boundary that you have in place. And then on top of that, you're going to be doing things that then set you up. That might be obviously having a healthy breakfast, getting out for a walk, getting your training done first thing in the day, 10 minutes of mindfulness, journaling. But we want to make sure that we've got a core 4 there that can be actioned regardless of where you are. And ultimately, why we do the things we do is because we are taking control of our state. And that's the part that so many folk overlook when it comes to our routines and rituals. Like, we are emotional beings. We are several different versions of ourselves over the course of the day. And if you're not doing something to align you in the right state of mind for the day, then the day, something or someone else is going to control your thoughts. So you need to own your thoughts from the get-go. And that's why, like, some days you might be writing down some gratitude, you might be planning your day, and it feels forced. But I'm telling you right now, if you wake up with a certain level of anxiety, you're worried about something, you're stressed about something, and then you deliberately go and do stuff that makes you feel accomplished, productive, and it actually gets your thoughts in a good spot, you can change the way you think. So you could wake up with that clouded head, and then immediately after actioning your 5 to 10 short steps that you have laid down, your core 4, like I mentioned already, you've got a little smile on your face because you feel more accomplished than what you did, the version of you who didn't do those things. So we don't just do these things because fitness and health and healthy habits. We do them because they not only optimize our productivity, but they optimize our state and get us in a great frame of mind to take on the rest of the day, essentially. You then need to be following and actioning some kind of training plan blueprint or strategy that's gunning towards goals and an outcome. If you do not have goals, if you have not got ambitions, you're going to be ticking boxes and going through the motion. You always need to have something in your diary that's a bit of a North Star that you're working towards, that's going to push you, propel you. That could be a body recomp, a fat loss phase, a high rocks, a 10K. There needs to be something that you are strategically working towards that is giving you purpose and direction in your day, and you need to follow that shit mindlessly. This is the part that so many folk do not get when it comes to having a plan and a strategy. Like, you need to do this and build up the belief in yourself and understand it. Now, I'm going to give you a bit of an analogy I've been using with some clients recently. I used to work in a call centre years ago, very, very long time ago, when I was like 18. And I remember they gave us a script. I was doing like cold calls and I was selling to people, and they gave us a script. And essentially I followed that script. I had no idea how to sell. I had no idea what to say. And I followed this thing to the fucking T. After a month of doing this every single day, what began to happen is I knew what to say. I knew it was coming. I started to get expectations. I started to believe in myself more because I had some people come over the line. I had some people say yes. And this is no different to results. You're not going to be following a rigid plan for the rest of your life, but you need to have some kind of construct that you are following that starts to allow you to actually see the power of delayed gratification of doing the work. And so many folk just try and bypass this bit, especially the early stages. They start following a plan, and then they're at level 1 and they're focusing on level 10 things, and they're just not there, and they stop doing the stuff that got them to the dance in the first place. You need to earn your stripes. You need to work towards this stuff. You cannot be dropping the anchor points that are going to give you so much back and almost take away your stabilizers when it's way too premature, basically. So that is the big one. You need to be actioning a plan and strategy mindlessly and seeing results. What that does for you, it just gives you so much belief in yourself, and it becomes so hard to not do the thing than it is to actually do the thing. So the very thing that you find so hard to action, the thing that's holding you back right now, the thing that's killing your productivity, if you mindlessly follow a plan and a strategy for long enough and see results, you start to become unstoppable in every single aspect. And then lastly, you need to stop treating yourself like you're made of glass. Like, I hear this all the time with clients when they get an injury, they get a pain, and it's like the full days of fucking write-off, and they start avoiding things, or they're a little bit tired, or whatever happens, right? You need to listen to your body, of course, right? I'm not telling you to mindlessly go through this, right? But there's two different types of data. There is objective data and there is subjective data. I don't know what it is, but it's like we're being conditioned that as soon as you get a bit of cough, you're there swallowing paracetamol, lying on the couch all day, not doing anything, right? Read the temperature of the room. Is it really that bad? And why are you cutting away things that are actually helping you? Just because you're a little bit run down, just because you've got a little bit of a cough, doesn't mean that you stop your non-negotiables, right? And we need to read between the lines here, right? I spoke about the core 4 things that you do every single day. I've had belly belly twice, right? When I had belly belly and I was crippled and I had the fever, did I wake up and do my core 4 and do burpees on the floor? No, I didn't, right? Read between the lines, guys, right? Understand the context of what you're doing. If you've got a little bit of a spluttery cough, you've got a sore ankle, right? Stop being so fucking soft on yourself and stop cutting yourself so much slack. It's the very thing that's holding you back. As soon as one thing changes or one thing happens or you're a little bit tired going into your session, you're questioning everything, follow the plan, follow the blueprint that you have in front of you, get the results, then you can put your own sauce on it. But if you're still at the early stages right now where you have not earned your stripes, stop treating yourself like you're made of glass, right? Stop doing things that are holding you back. It is killing your progress. It is killing your momentum. It is killing your productivity and everything that you do. So a bit of a recap on these here. Number 1, you need to start taking yourself more seriously. You need to be going through a big shift when it comes to your mindset, and you need to be actually start thinking about that level 10 version of yourself, like who you're trying to be, rather than that person that you keep behaving like when nobody is watching. Because arguably, the most important stuff that you can do is when nobody is watching, because that is the most honest version of yourself. Because so many folk are focused on the stuff that everyone can see, the work that you do in the gym, when you're heading out for your walk. But it's not about that. Obviously, that's a massive part of it. It's the stuff that happens behind closed doors, how you're conducting yourself, your routines and rituals that nobody's asking you to do and nobody can see. That's where the success truly lies. Number 2, your day needs to be started with ritual every single day, and that goes to every single part of your day. 3, these need to be non-negotiable that let you own your state. So we're not just doing these things for namby-pamby fitness because they're healthy and they're great for you. We're doing them because they put you in a better state of mind. Number 4, you need to mindlessly follow a plan, get results, then put your own sauce on it rather than trying to cut corners too soon. And then lastly, stop treating yourself like glass. And as always, guys, if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you have subscribed. I'm loving doing these, by the way. I actually said that to Ailey today. I absolutely love doing YouTubes. I love making these. I love putting them together, and I hope you're enjoying them as well. Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comments below. Anyway, guys, I hope you're having a great day, and I hope this really, really helped. See you later. Goodbye.